Hey, guys, my name's Lee from Lee's Kitchen. For the recent years, I've been into canning, and I've been doing a lot of water bath and steam canning. Um, right now, I'm just trialing out recipes and just seeing what I like and everything. But one day, I would love to have a homestead where I could actually grow everything that I want to eat and preserve it all and just live off as much as I can as possible. Right now, I'm just trying out recipes and seeing what I like and just buying stuff from the supermarket and making things that it's all going to be trial and error and see if I like it. And then when I get around to growing my own vegetables and everything, I'll know exactly what I want to do, what the processes are, and what I like to do. So I thought I'd just go through all the basic things here in Australia that we have for canning. Um, it's a little bit different in the States because a lot of those things in Australia are very hard to get. For example, canning jars, you can't just get them from the supermarket or anything like that. They're not widely available. And if you can get canning jars or preserving jars, they're usually a pretty average quality. So I thought I'd just go through everything that I've got here and I'll just give my opinion on everything. And I hope it helps you with starting out with canning. So we've got three different types of canning. So first of all, we've got water bath canning. So water bath canning is when we put the jars into the pot and cover it with water. And then we wait till it comes up to a rapid boil. And then we count down the processing time. And then we've got our steam canning. So steam canning is when we put a bit of water down the bottom and there's enough steam to actually fill this whole pot up with steam, and that steam is where the processing will come in. So once that is full of steam, then we'll start the processing time. And then you also get pressure canning. So pressure canning is for low acid items only. So things like meats or vegetables that you're not going to pickle. You need a specialty pressure canner. So you got the All American and you got the Presto are the main ones, and they're the ones that have been accredited by the certain companies. So I'd strongly suggest just sticking with those ones. So recently I've got into steam canning, and thanks to Rose Red Homestead, I've been able to make up my own steam canner and save a bit of money there. So what I've got here is a stock pot that I got from Big W for $39, and I think that's pretty good value. Then I've also got a cake stand here, and I've just put that into there. And then this is completely optional. I've got a my barbecue thermometer, which I use for smoking meats and everything, and I just use that to actually regulate the temperature. So the next time I do canning, I'll show you exactly how I do this, and once you watch her video, you completely understand how it actually works and everything, and it is completely safe. So you don't need an actual steam canner to do steam canning. So firstly, to do any canning, the first thing you're going to need is a stock pot of some sort. It needs to be high enough so that it will cover the jars when you put them in. And then it'll be covered with water as well. You also need something in the bottom of your pot to stop the jars from rolling around. So I just use an old cloth on the bottom there, and that's that for that. Then you got your jars, okay? So I first started with the Kmart jars. Now these are really cheap. The jars don't seem too bad, but the lids I found are rust out, and also you can't replace them as well because they're a different size to the standard sizing. So I would strongly suggest, if you can, not buy them if you plan on doing like a lot of canning and everything. I did manage to get some lids from Big W. They sell a 3-pack of canning lids, and these ones do fit the smaller Kmart lid, jars. So that might be an option for you, but I would probably get away from that. I recently upgraded to these ones. These ones are made in China still, but I got them from Cheapest Chips. I think it was $20 for 12, which is actually quite reasonable. Any other canning jars that you'd usually get in the States are very expensive here. So that's that. And then I've also got your canning funnel, your jar lifters, so you can get your jars out of your canner. So we've got this as well, and that is used for measuring your headspace to make sure it's at the correct height from the top. So with water bath canning and steam canning, you need to acidify your food. So there's a range of different ways of acidifying it, and usually the recipe will give you an option, or it will tell you what you need to use. Okay. So firstly, we've got citric acid. So citric acid will bring up the acid in it, or bottled lemon juice. It needs to be bottled lemon juice because it's all been regulated to be the same pH. And then you got vinegar. So here in Australia, our vinegar is only 4%. So when you're doing canning recipes, you need to put 25% extra into your canning. I've got the double distilled vinegar, which is actually 8%, and it says on the label. So I just use this straight as instead of the 5% vinegar. Really hope these few things help, especially for those people that are in Australia, as it is really hard to actually find stuff. And I hope you stick around, and I've got some more canning coming up, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.